My name's Anthony Lopez. I'm the sous chef over at Vernon's Speakeasy here in Los Ranchos, New Mexico. And today we're going to do a quick run through on Bruschetta. And it's essentially an Italian tomato relish. And you can seriously just do it with these two ingredients. Tomato, red onion. Basically we're going to do a fine dice or a mignette of the red onion, and then we're going to go on and do a small dice of the tomato, and we're going to take the seeds out because we don't want that to kind of cloud up our bruschetta. So take that off. And I really only need the cheek of the red onion. All right, so that should be enough. Red onion is sweeter than yellow or white, so you really want to go with the red onion. It's not as spicy either. And for a fine dice, you want to take off the skin. That stuff is actually pretty dangerous. I've almost sliced my finger off from hitting that skin. So I'm going to take this cheek and we're going to take one layer off. And we're going to do a really thin julienne. Also, one of the things a lot of people don't know is you tend to cry when you're slicing an onion because your knife is not sharp. So sharp knife means you're not going to cry. If you're crying, you have a really dull knife and you should fix that. So here I take the julienne and go long ways, matchstick length. And I mean, I really want to hug my knuckle as close as possible so I can get as fine of a dice as I can. I'm going through this fairly quickly. This is a great way to practice your knife skills. So then you can turn into Gordon Ramsay and really just chop stuff with your eyes closed. Nice. And then you'll get like these really odd ends that are a little bit bigger. Just run through it once. Cool. So we're going to take our red onion, transfer that over. Again, we're dealing with sharp knives, so please do not slice your finger doing this. Okay, tomato time. Cut it in half, quarter. I like to take this little butt right off. And we're gonna take the heart out, the seeds, and you really want to slice down and you just follow. There's almost like an outline that shows you where to take the seed out. I guess a rib. And we'll do it again on this one. So follow that little rib on the inside. Let the knife do the work. And we're done here. A little bit of seed is okay. And we're going to do the same thing, just a little bit bigger. This one's almost a true julienne, so about 1/8 of an inch by 1/8 of an inch. We'll do this one as well. Tomatoes are, again, really easy when you have a nice knife to cut through that skin. And it won't go sideways when you try and slice. All right. That's pretty much a small dice without any seeds. It really holds up for like pico de gallo. If you want to do a pico de gallo, really any instance where you're going to use a tomato for a marinade and the seed isn't really necessary. Also helps with the mouthfeel. And now that we got this, going to start adding the other ingredients. So we have a fine mince of garlic, and I mean, you can run this through a RoboCoupe, or if you're really, care about how you treat your garlic, you can chop it yourself. But really, it's just a fine chop of garlic that goes in. It's about a tablespoon. I'm going to go with Parmesan. I'm using our shredded Parmesan that we have here. And for the sake of measurements, I'm going to go ahead and measure out about an ounce of extra virgin olive oil. And reduced balsamic. Balsamic reduction is really, this is what makes the bruschetta pop. Reduced balsamic not only takes balsamic, which is an already beautiful product, and you just concentrate it. You find the right, medium, and it's just sweet and vinegary. We're gonna do the same. We're gonna do an ounce of that. That goes right in. Just give it a mix. I don't like to salt it here. The salt will really release the moisture of the tomato, and people also add basil in at this point. I would not add the basil, because the basil just, the shelf life of it's probably 2 days, and it's just gonna turn into nothing and really sour your product, as well as the salt will just speed up that process. This is bruschetta here. It's a little bit different. It's not as bright and colorful as most other places. We go for something a little bit more on the richer side. You imagine you have this with the crostini with some melted mozzarella. The richness really comes through, along with fresh basil on top, and it's a really awesome product. Today we learned how to make a bruschetta, and we utilized our small dice and our fine dice techniques on a tomato and an onion. You can go ahead and try this on a zucchini or even a potato, really. This is kind of your foundation to really hone in on those skills. And if there's anything else you'd like to see in the future, feel free to drop a comment and subscribe for more content like this.